Guys, I just saw Shane's video about seeing an energy healer in France of all places. Now, for those of you who don't know Shane, I'm sure he won't mind me sharing his story. He became clinically depressed to the point where medication wasn't working, therapy wasn't working. You ever seen that movie, Requiem for a Dream, where they electroshock therapy that lady? I don't know how that's supposed to make you sane or happy, but that's what they were suggesting to Shayna. But he had the wisdom to say no to that. And strangely enough, it was electroshock therapy or work with Dan. And here's a guy who was clinically depressed, had gone through a divorce, and he met the love of his life. He's now in France with her. She's French. Buongiorno, I think it's Italian. And the video he shared just then was about pain and trauma trapped in the body. Now, I know as men, manly men, we're all tough, and we don't have pain and trauma, but this is something I experienced, particularly with growth and getting better and growing as a man. And I'll try and keep it as simple as possible, not because you're idiots, but it's a complicated and very easy subject to dismiss or misunderstand. So you know when you become happy, maybe you win the lottery or you get a new car or your wife actually wants to have sex with you, you get happy. Your frequency, your energy changes. It becomes lighter. When you have some huge fucking wins and progress as a man in regards to growth, business, career, who you are, getting over the past, building a great future, your frequency and your energy will keep raising. I mean, for example, these people that walk into a room, and when they walk in, everyone just looks at them, or the room just feels better, or you're drawn to them. It's because their frequency, their energy is up high. But as I grew over the last, I probably grew more in the last 4 years than I have in my whole life. But here's the tricky thing with that. If you've been through pain, trauma, hard times, I mean, I'm sure you all have as a man. When you have a win, when you have success, when you do something that makes you feel good, your whole body, your whole frequency, let's say your body's made of stone, concrete, nothing moves. That's a low energy, that's a low frequency, it's solid. And the pain, trauma, whatever, bad memories, bad experiences, it's trapped in there. And as you start to become happier, as you start to become more successful, as you start to raise your energy, your body becomes almost like air. It loosens up. It becomes like lightning. But the double-edged sword, the dangerous thing about this, if you don't go through the process properly, or you don't heal properly, or you're not cautious about how you do things. Let's say, for example, your wife comes in and she says to you, hey, I just got a promotion in my job, or I just bought a new car, or, I mean, something is relatively good news. But instead of being happy, you get angry, or vice versa. Maybe you watch one of my videos, or you read a book, or you have a revelation, and you're like, babe, I understand why I do this, and this is why, and I'm not going to do it anymore. And instead of them being proud of you, or caring, or at the very least kind of being happy, they get mad. This is because either they're raising your frequency or you're raising theirs at the same time. And like I said, it unblocks a lot of shit. And 90% of people are just storing shit, holding on to it, blocking it out, watching television, playing with their phones, drinking, eating shitty food, anything to just keep that frequency, that energy as low as possible so they don't have to feel a fucking thing. I used to do that myself. But here's the thing, if you don't go into feeling bad, I don't mean, oh, the television doesn't work. I mean like really fucking bad, to heal kind of bad. You never get to feel good. If you don't intentionally put yourself through pain of conditioning the mind, the body, the truth, the tough conversations you have to have in relationships, the tough decisions where you have to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, man, I'm a fat motherfucker, like, I gotta lose this weight. I mean, if that's you, and that's how you feel about yourself, and that's the truth, and it hurts, if you deny it or you don't do anything, your frequency and your energy, it goes back to stone. It just stays still, stagnant. You can pump yourself up and be like, you know what, fuck it. Yeah, I am a fat fuck, but tomorrow I'm going to start walking. I'm going to get my gym shoes, keep them by the door, and do anything I can to lose this weight. And all of a sudden your energy will start to feel better, your frequency will start to feel better. But here's the thing, and we call these tombstone days in the DFP, those days where you don't understand why you feel bad. And myself, I just call it a tombstone day because I didn't understand, but I saw a Chinese acupuncturist this year, and he was helping me unlock my chi, use my chakras better, use my energy better. I mean, I'm learning a lot of this shit too. I'm not saying it all works, I'm not saying it's all accurate, I'm not saying you have to do it, I just share with you my experiences. The same way Shane's video about seeing an energy healer reminded me to tell you this. There was a moment when I started the DFP, and I had hundreds of clients. It seemed almost everyone loved me. I was a community of world-class speakers and coaches who admired me. It almost seemed I couldn't do a thing wrong, apart from I had to fucking work a lot and meet that standard that required me to be the person that was supposed to show up. But as I started to loosen up, as my energy, my frequency started to raise, my vibration, a lot of shit, a lot of dark memories, a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, a lot of guilt came out. And honestly, I probably haven't cried more in the last 4 years than I have in my whole life. And it's been the best 4 years of my life. I didn't even cry at my mother's funeral. I didn't even cry at one of my best friend's funerals. I was just shut in, no energy, no freak stone. But I never felt good either. Don't be afraid to feel bad to feel good. Don't be afraid to get uncomfortable. And don't ever think just because someone reacts to you badly that you're doing something wrong when you're intentionally trying to do something good. When you're intentionally trying to do the right thing. When you're intentionally trying to improve and someone doesn't react to it the right way, has nothing to do with you. You ever heard that saying, has nothing to do with you, everything to do with them? I myself at times have been in this unconscious state where you receive good news, or these small things where your friend might have a beautiful girlfriend, or your friend might win something at the casino when you go there. Instead of feeling good for them, you kind of resent them or you feel envious. The best thing to do in this process, the best thing to do in this journey, it saves a lot of energy and a lot of time, our most precious asset, is just accept shit as it is. I mean, if someone isn't going to change, cut them loose. If a job or a career or a town isn't for you, cut it loose. And the more you find more of what you want, the more you commit to who you are, to what you want, the place you want to be, the people you want to be around, the kind of life you want to live, the person that you want to be. Shout out to the big man, this video's for you. It'll unlock so much energy, so much power, that you'll understand why people are motivated in the morning sometimes. You'll understand why some people want to work every day. You'll understand why people like me and others care about people that they've never even met. But until you can see, going back to the very fucking start, until you can see something, believe it, and say it, and then take action on it, you might be the most beautiful motherfucker in the world. You might be handsome, you might be rich. If your energy, if your frequency is low vibration, cold, you'd never be happy. You'll always self-sabotage. And even if you do get exactly what you want, it won't make you happy. You fuck it up. And if you can't be happy, what's the point? If you can't live in the truth, what's the point? And if you don't really want to play the game the way it should be played, aka life, I'm not saying check out, but I'm probably suggesting that you don't even start. There's plenty of people that their life is the Matrix, their life is television, their life is living for pizza on a Friday. Their life is blaming everyone else but themselves. Their life is, I'm entitled, this should be given to me, this should be mine, I should have this is how it should be. Until reality smacks them in the face. And that's cool, that's them. But they'll never ever ever attain the one fucking thing that you guys are here to get. We're spiritual and physical beings, and both of those are energy, both of those are frequencies, and to jack that up, to raise that shit, requires work. There's no two ways about it. There's no debate, there's no discussion. That's what it comes down to. You can go see an energy healer like Shane, you can speak to someone like me, you can go to the gym and just kick your ass. You can pick up a book from the library and fucking read it. They're all steps in the right direction. Some of them are going to feel good, some of them will be boring, some of them are like Shane, like myself, some of them make you burst into tears, and you have no idea why. But he will tell you, and I will tell you, every single thing you do going in the right direction, once you know what it is, the only regret you'll have about that is wishing you'd done it sooner. Yeah. So thanks for reminding me, mate. Forgot to tell the guys there. Alright, Godspeed, God bless. I'll catch up with you guys later on. I have a fuckload of work to do to get the program online. Working with a new coach myself, and I mean, yeah, it shows you the standard is not where it needs to be. Your truth is not something you want to share. And just like you guys, I can either show up and make videos and do the work and commit my very being and say no to anything that isn't what it is that I want. So I can have abundance to give to people should I need to give. Instead of giving all the fucking time and then having nothing to give when I need to give it. Having nothing to show when it's like, what have you built? I did this, but like, you know, I was doing those 100 other things. If you only do one thing in the day, if you only do one thing in the week, if you only get one thing out of this program, focus on raising your frequency, changing your energy. With this, yes, drugs work, yes, alcohol works, yes, strip clubs, television, casinos, all those things work. Once they wear off, once you leave, once you're back in reality, then what the fuck do you do? You already know the answer. That's a good one, Shane. Thanks for the share. Be good to see what you guys are doing. I'm going to post this in the Facebook group. Should blow some minds. I'm going to post this on other platforms. I'd be curious to know your comments. If you aren't in the DFP, if you aren't in the private community, do you have any idea what I just said? I mean, you're not going to find much more of a masculine fucking man than the one you're looking at right now. And I say this as modestly as possible. I'm very fucking good at what I do, and I just articulated that very well. So if you're a man experiencing pain, depression, hard times, adversity, I mean, apparently it's 80% of the world that's unhappy, I hope that information served you well. If you would like to find out more, it's not hard, danfitz.com. Join the team. I just had a brief moment of how many men's lives will change over the next 10 years. It's going to be fucking mind-blowing. And just thinking about that change that I can bring to Shane's life, to Tim's life, to Steve's life, to the hundreds of men that I helped, that makes me feel better already. Imagine if you could give that gift to yourself. You can. The question is, are you going to?